So we're gonna come back when we're all together tomorrow and talk
Okay.
about family stuff, about where you guys lived and when you met and all that. Even getting married after a few weeks.
Yeah.
And let's go from career-wise. So talk about you're in the Highway Patrol. I'd love to hear more Highway Patrol stories. Anything that you got?
Well, the highway patrol. Well, I don't know. The highway patrol was a lot different than what it is now. I mean, I remember right after Eisenhower started, they were bringing in the niggas into everything. You know, I went in the office there one day. Chadwick was in there. I said, "Sergeant, how long will it be until the highway patrol gets a nigga on? And he won't ever get one on it. They're too damn ugly." I called him when they made that hold'em. Colonel, I said, "You remember the time you told me they wouldn't ever put a nigga on the highway patrol and they were too damn ugly?" I said, how about the one they got for Colonel now?" They'd go to hell.
How about women on the Highway Patrol?
I don't remember whether they put the women on the patrol first or the blacks. But I do, Phil Moore told me, he said, when they put the women on, they had to drop the physical requirements, and when they put the blacks on, they had to drop the mental requirements.
That's not very politically correct, but yeah, true. Okay. So how long were you on the patrol?
Now, about 5 years.
And what else? Why did you decide to stop?
Money.
Not paying enough. What'd you make back then?
I think I've gotten up about $250 a month. Of course, when you start thinking about it, that was good money back then.
But you put a lot of hours.
Yeah. We were still working 6 days a week then. It was out not too long after I got off that they went down to 5 days a week. And when they tell if they put in over 8 hours a day, boy, they get paid overtime.
They did then, or they do now?
Hell, did now. Well, we didn't. Hell, the highway patrol didn't give a damn how many hours you put in over 8.
Back then?
You could put in 24 if you wanted to. That was up to you. Wow. On the weekends, hell, I'd work 12, 15, 16 hours Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night.
Get paid for 8.
Yeah, get paid for 8.
How about, I mean, one of the things I remember you telling me is like sometimes they have you pull duty at the state fair or one of the Carolina games.
Yeah. It was Whit Saunders, Roy Duncan, and I caught every one of the games over at, what was the name of the old basketball stadium down in the bottom, Reynolds?
Reynolds Coliseum.
Yeah, we worked every one of them. Yeah. Didn't make a damn whether you worked days or nights, we were still going to work those.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It won't need math. Just go on over there and go to work.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, now another story I remember, Pop, is when you and somebody else, I don't remember the name, were asked to, they were thinking about trying out new cars for the next year.
That one. We were in Raleigh.
What year?
Shit, it must have started. It must have been on back in the early 50s.
I'm thinking 50 or 51.
Oh, this was in 55.
Oh.
But they were getting them in before then because Chrysler, Ford, and General Motors would send in cars. Brand split and send trailer loads of them in there. And the highway patrol they wouldn't put the decals on them, but they'd put the sirens and the radios. And we could go in there and drive them anytime we wanted to. Hell, they were fun then. Drive unmarked car, didn't nobody know what the hell it was. But Chadwick called me one Sunday night, about a little before 12 o'clock. I suppose we gotten off at midnight. Said, "Meet at the station at midnight." I said, "All right." I went on over there and they had a brand new 55 Ford Interceptor there and a brand new 55 Chevrolet Power Pack. Said, "Which one do you want to drive?" I said, "I'll drive the Ford." I said, all right. Now I'll take the Chevrolet. We'll go out here to the Blue Ridge Road in 70 and head toward the airport." see what they'll do. I said, okay. All right, and hell, I ate his ass up with that Ford, boy. We'd run for a couple of 3 miles, shit, I'd outrun him like a bat out of hell. The last blame time we tried it, we were up there around the airport then. I was ahead of him good, and I slacked off just a little bit to let it come out of let it go into overdrive. And when I did, that Chevrolet shot by me like a bat out of hell. I used to know the tail lights.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This is all such great shit.
But whenever they would issue a car, they'd say run the hell out of it. Just keep an eye on your oil pressure and the temperature. If it's gonna blow, let it blow while it's under warranty.
That's great. What about so we're kind of digressing and moving around here, so I'll kind of crop this stuff. Let's talk about the moonshine stuff. About you went with Gang.
I'd go with Gang them sometime when they were going to cut a steel if I was off or something.
Yeah. Did you ever chase moonshiners?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Oh, well, I didn't ever chase that. Well, I didn't know what they were at the time. I got in behind them, but after I caught them, I'd find out to have some luck on that. I've never caught any big, maybe a couple of jars have been the most I've ever caught.
What do you do with it? Huh?
Poured it out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Saved enough for evidence, but poured the rest of it out.
Wow. Okay, let's think. What else should we talk about, Pop? Because I'm trying to save the after stuff. Because this may or may not be stuff that Mom knows about. Let's take, obviously since Mom's parents were, they're not part of the picture anymore, or at that point. What about Gang and Beppy? So Gang and Beppy's always been a house mother. Yeah. How about after he was the ABC officer? What did Gang do?
Not anything after he retired.
He retired from ABC?
Yeah.
And when did he start having the farm or the horse farm and stuff?
Hell, that was when he was still in the ABC.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, was the farm always what I knew, which was the house and the land there, and then there was the low pasture, the back pasture, the right pasture, and the barn?
Yeah.
Were you ever part of that? I mean, did you ever do anything there?
No.
I can still remember going into what, I don't know what it used to be, the shop with the smell of that leather. If I smell leather today, I'm standing right there.
Yeah.
I am. Old Granger cans full of nails and tacks and stuff. So what are your memories of growing up there?
I loved it.
I know you did.
I loved school back then too.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, it was just a good school. I mean, we had darn good teachers, and they taught, and you knew you were going to learn it now. Did you? I don't remember if you said this earlier. Did you ride the bus to school? Yeah, school bus. Yeah.
Who was your best friend in school? Young school, early school. You remember?
I don't remember.
Did you ever get whipped in school?
No.
Really?
No, never did.
Did you ever get in trouble?
Huh?
You ever get in trouble in school?
Well, I should have gotten whipped. I didn't.
So I'm trying to justify for myself here.
But
what would happen if you go? When's the first time you ever remember getting in trouble, Pop?
hell, I don't know. I stayed in trouble.
Yeah, but you didn't. Well, I don't mean in school. I don't mean in school. I mean, when your parents. What'd you do when your parents got mad at you? I mean, what was something you would do besides the M80?
I don't remember.
Really?
But hell, I got my damn shell whippings. Hell yeah. But you know that. Hell, I was expecting one that time. I tore up the side of an automobile. But one of those stallions, I will wear one night. One afternoon, not too far from Harris. I put that son of a bitch in a ditch and just put it up on the damn side. Fell right back down on the wheel, kept right on going.
Wow. Tell me about Harold. What was Harold's life? I mean, if he had a car when you guys did, and were they well off?
No,
No.
but well, they weren't what you call well off, but his daddy and his aunts and stuff owned one hell of a lot of property. Oh man, his daddy was a right big farmer, too.
Hmm.
But I remember that time when I was stationed in California and came home on and that was when I graduated Amtrak school. Came home on 30 days leave. I didn't have a car. And Gangan, the only thing Gangan had was that ABC car. But Harold was working 30 to midnight at the factory.
What factory?
8 miles. And he'd come by the house and pick me up and it'd have a full tank of gas in it. When he pulled up in the factory parking lot, he'd get out and I'd get under the seat and I'd go back and pick him up at midnight. He'd drop me off back at home the next afternoon when he came by there to pick me up and be a tank full of gas in it again. Now, you can't beat friends like that.
Now, who was your best friend in life, Pop?
Huh?
Who was your best friend in life?
I reckon Harold.
Harold? Why?
I don't know. We just got along.
When you got older, I know, when you got, up in years, did you ever go, I mean, these days everybody say, oh, did you ever talk? Did you ever talk to Harold? I mean,
Oh, hell yeah, I'd call him about once a month, something. Other
Yeah.
than him called me one of them.
I remember him showing up, just showing up.
Yeah.
These days people don't just show up. They have to plan and do all that crap.
Well, that's just like I'll call Aaron or P.B. Brown about once a month, or one of them will call me about once a month.
Yeah, wow. All right, let's talk about some of the other family folks. What about Uncle Marion?
He was a hell of a nice fellow.
And he was your second cousin.
No, he was my uncle. He was Daddy's brother.
Let me think about that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What what I know of him was that he was an accountant, maybe?
No,
What am I thinking?
He was with the Durham Police Department at one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I remember that.
And then took a fingerprint course. And where'd he go? High Point, Burlington, Winston-Salem, up there was somewhere fingerprint man. And then took some kind of course in business or something or other, and he went with Burlington Industries as personnel.
Burlington, yeah, that's on
Burlington,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know so little about him.
And then they moved. They were at Allentown, Pennsylvania for a long time, and then out at Memphis, and I forgot. And then up at Alta Vista, Virginia. And then when he left them, he went with that Prentice machine outfit down at Xavier and Wendell one, and big bunch of logging equipment and stuff, that kind of stuff.
Wow. So, again, Popeye said, all I know is they used to come down, bring,
Yeah.
John D. and Kim.
But I remember, now, his main job with Burlington was keeping the unions out.
Yeah. That I do remember.
Yeah.
Remember you guys talking about it.
But I remember that they had shirt factories scattered all over everywhere. And those shirt factories would make shirts for Ara or Van Heusen or anybody. I mean, it made no difference if they got an order for 100,000 shirts of some kind, and from Ara, they just slapped the Ara label in it. It might be the same damn shirt they just been running for Van Heusen. But he said A.C. Penney, when they got an order for shirts for Penny, Penny had an inspector there from the time that order started until it finished, and they would pull a shirt out periodically.
Check it.
check it, to make sure it's
Well,
up
that's
there.
because it's made in the
Standard.
USA. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
You go to Walmart now, I bet you won't find a half dozen items in there made in the United States.
If you're lucky.
Yeah,
In the whole store.
yeah.
And how about Aunt Ethel? I mean, which is Uncle Barron's wife. I know so little.
She worked at Liggett Miles Tobacco Company too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now Ethel was a character too.
She was. But you know, one of the things that really stands out to me, anytime I hear like Lawrence Welk,
Yeah.
I can picture them in Sea Level Inn, no matter what time or what's going on. At 5 o'clock on a whatever afternoon, they would turn on Lawrence Welk and they would dance.
Yeah.
And I remember that to this day. They just dance.
I watched Chet Atkins on you put PBS yesterday. I swear he could play a guitar, and he could play a mandolin too.
Well, I taught him that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of the few people I've ever seen who could play Dixie and Yankee Doodle at the same time. Oh, no, that's Roy Clark. Roy Clark.
And then, Roy Clark, if it's got strings on it, Roy
Yeah.
Clark could play it.
Yeah, he could play a frayed sweater. Okay, let's kind of branch back to the family. So let's talk about Uncle Robert. I don't know. Let me think about that. Have I ever met your Uncle Robert?
I didn't have an Uncle Robert. I had a cousin Robert,
Cousin Robert.
Charlie's brother, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much about him though. Did I ever meet him?
Huh?
Did I ever meet him?
Yeah, you've been over to Robert's.
In Atlanta.
No, you're talking about Charlie.
Who the hell am I thinking about? Robert in Durham?
Yeah, Robert.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what little I know, and then you fill in the blanks. I was over and lived off Acadia Drive
Yeah.
in Durham. And I went over there, and this is towards the end of his life, even after I moved here. And he was selling off his gun collection.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a gun collection.
He had one. He had some high-priced blade stuff.
He did, in fact. He would have torn up eBay had it been around back then. And then Eric and I were talking about this the other day because we never go to Red Lobster. But one time I said, Uncle Robert, let's take you out to dinner. And what was his wife's name?
No,
No,
Robert.
not Gloria, but Daisy.
Es-
Help us.
Estelle?
Doesn't matter at this
I
point.
don't.
So he met us over at the Durham, right there across what used to be South Square, at the Red Lobster, and we took him out to eat. And,
Oh, Dean.
Or Old Dean, that's
Yeah.
right. And I'd never seen anybody eat their salad without putting salad dressing on it. He'd have the salad dressing on the side and eat it and dip it in there.
Yeah.
So I do it. If I think I'm not going to eat all my salad, that's what I do now.
Yeah.
And we always talk about that, Eric and I. He was such a great guy.
He was.
Great guy. And I remember exactly where I was when you told me you called me and said he had died. I was in Myrtle Beach
I'll be there.
for I'm trying to think who it was, SEAA, S-E-A-A, Steel Erectors Association of America. And they had a conference down there, and I was going down there to talk to them because one of their director at the time was my client. And we were down there and we were working. They have this big, or Myrtle Beach has this big shopping center thing, and I was walking through there, and Erica was in one of the stores. And I was outside when I called you. You told me he had died. Yeah,
He was a good fellow.
he was, in fact. And I went to his funeral in your stead.
Yeah.
And let's see, so how about Uncle Charlie? How's he doing?
Doing all right. He has to keep it well. He goes for dialysis Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And Dot passed away, right?
Yeah, Dot's been dead now over a year.
Several years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, I think I stayed with him when I was in Atlanta for some reason. Came back from Panama.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Came back from Panama.
Wonder whatever happened to Kim.
Kim Wood.
Kim Wood. Wonder where she left.
She's down that way. She had AIDS.
Yeah. Oh, she did.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Before they left here. I communicated with John a few times, not a lot, and he said Sue was doing better. She cleaned up because she had turned yellow. She was so bad off. But I tried to look him up on the web, and I forget his new wife's
Sam,
name.
I gotta go back to bathroom, that deal.
You go, buddy.
Bad looking buddy.